Welcome back, MTG Joe here. We're here for a live one. We are trying out brews. I'm gonna be honest, I am just getting beaten left, right, and center. I'm not being friendly to brews today, but we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna try to find something other than mono red, the cliche ramp deck, or Shieldred and Friends, black red, black green. This is a blue-white tokens list, so you have things like wedding announcements, you have Teferi tokens, Virtue of Loyalty tokens, Wandering Emperor tokens, Invasion of New Phyrexia tokens. And then you have some counter spells mixed in, some removal, restoration kind of mixed into there, Myrex. Counter spells on the side, hand hate, and then some sweepers and planeswalkers. We're going to give it a shot. Just all around having bad variants, weird variants, just not a great experience, but gonna persevere through. He's playing a 27 land deck, kept a 1-lander with 2 up the beanstalks to cycle, and went like 4 turns without drawing a set, like just not drawing lands. Other games, whereas like tap lands or just all red lands when you're playing a red-white deck, and just banging on head type of thing. But I think this deck is reasonable. You have a lot of powerful individual cards. So you have powerful white cards backed by counter spells that can help in the big mana decks. You have things that don't really care about individual kind of threats. So we're going to give this a shot. I think the most discouraging thing about all this, I think I'm at like 3 videos now, and I honestly don't think any are really worth showcasing on YouTube. There's a certain point where I'm probably going to get the draw bug. MTGA leagues might be a little bit different, but like you still see like mono red, you see stuff like that. Like our deck, like that Abzan deck's probably really good against mono red just because literally all you play is removal. But the kind of concept, you're trying to 1-for-1, but they have recursive threats. Like you could time an exile to get them. But we saw that first game where they kind of got under us. I could play ramp. Like I like the ramp deck. I just don't want to just jam ramp constantly. I want to play out these new decks. We're going to be commentating tomorrow the top 8. Okay, so draw bugs are back on Arena. There's probably like this, there's the, like we haven't seen a single farewell deck all night. And my guess is as soon as we play this, we'll run into farewell, just the way things have been going. A reasonable hand. Let's go. Playing Lisa Lisa. Is Food Fight like fast enough? Skyline, thank you for the follow. So this is likely a Traxa ramp. So a lot of lands here, which is kind of annoying. Think here. Oh, this is the combo version. Marcos, thank you for the follow. Okay, so they don't have sweepers, which could be good. This is the Alara version of the deck. Some are playing like the Greater Tanuki to help you ramp. I think this matchup, especially post board, will be good. We bring in 4 Disdainful Strokes, as well as the Sunfall. Lara on curve. They hit the Go for the Throat, they hit Bramble. Yeah, let's just go to next game. Desecrator is going to blow up some stuff. Okay, so we want the Disdainful Strokes. We want the Invasions. I don't think we need Restorations in this matchup. Ossification. So they play some number of Atraxas, not a huge amount, but I think the counter spells are largely just better. I think we run it like that. We're not dead that immediate turn, but the thing is, they make a copy of the Cemetery Gatekeeper, they blow up one of my things, they have 2 4/4 with menaces, and then we're just kind of far behind. Our hand just wasn't really doing anything. Where I think game 1 we're usually pretty poorly situated. It's game 2 and 3 where we could bring in counter spells that we have a little bit better of a shot. The Tanuki gives it a nice little element there where you have a little bit more ramp in the 3-drop slot. But now we have access to 8 counter spells to hopefully mess them up. We'll probably aggressively mull into at least 1 counter spell. But we'll see how this one goes. This might be the last standard deck for the day. Hermit could be pretty good too. At least lets us put some pressure on. But the thing is, the flip side then would prevent us from countering. It's a keep. Let's do this now. Go Wedding Announcement, and then I can just hold up Stroke for the rest of the game. So this version of the deck usually doesn't play. Hey Timmerance, I've been getting my ass kicked all night. The brews have not been brewing well. It's actually a great draw. Okay. Tanuki. Counter them. Do the Virtue. I'm playing blue-white tokens. It's second game, so I brought in a bunch of counter spells. But it's got like a flash package. But you're playing like Wedding Announcements, Invasions, Virtue of Loyalties, Wandering Emperors. So you have control elements to help you with these big mana decks. Okay, so they don't have the blue mana. That's fine. Emperor's a great draw there. I want the card draw here because I want to ideally hit a land. We have them dead on board anyways. So they're probably getting the blue land. I counter them. Emperor flashes in. Enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its power. I can prototype it, but doesn't do much. It's tax there. So they can like virtue here, one of my things, but it takes up pretty much their whole turn. And then I can just smack them for lethal. Okay, so that felt a lot better, kind of the post board configuration. I don't know if we... might not want to ferry. We might want the memory deluge. We're effectively playing like Drago Flash. How many lands are in this deck? 25. So I want Invasion. Invasion's probably too slow. I think I just want the companions to hit my early drops. Companion basically cycles, so it kind of hits us there. That prototype one's kind of cool to gain them some life, since you don't mill into it, and even for 4 mana, you gain 3 life with a 3/3 could be reasonable. That's probably fine. They don't have a counter spell, but I can invasion them, hopefully. Depending on how fast they go. Like, the goal is that they don't Tanuki. Just gonna play Deserted Beach on one. Ooh, especially if they're mulliganing this much. Yeah, just getting a peek here, us being able to tax them will be good. Like, they've mulled quite a bit. So it should buy us at least a turn or two. Yeah, they're on 5 here. Given that they're on 5, I can go Companion into Wedding Announcement, I think. Okay, so they have Leyline Binding. So since they have the binding, I think we tax them here. So probably just do this. I know they can do that. I might have been wrong. I should have probably taxed this. They might just cast it, is my hope. Hey, Ross. I honestly just think if you're going to be playing fairies, play Dimir midrange. It's a better deck. You're not playing bad creatures. So they can leyline my ossification, so we're just going to pass here. No, I don't. Like, even during early access, we were playing it, and it wasn't that great, to be honest. Fairies in Historic could be a thing. It's just you have to see, because the problem is a lot of the fairies are like 1 toughness, so they die to Bowmaster. Bitter Blossom could be something you can try out. It's a pretty grindy card. Okay, so we're 1-for-1ing a lot. That's actually pretty solid. I can make a 2-2 here on the end step. So they're like an Alara away from winning. I really need to draw a counterspell. We have an 18% chance of drawing counterspell. Okay. I think though if you're in black, like with fairies, and then you have tempo elements, you might be okay. Do they have another leyline? Jeez. Okay, well. Same play. Alright, they've had enough. They've had enough. We finally get a win under our belts. Drago, Drago, Drago is seemingly the answer here. This version of the deck is much more fragile, the Alara one. Whereas, like, the normal ramp, we'd have to worry about Sunfall, they might have Farewell, they can get more consistently their ramp options. Like with this version, they could have that turn 1, like turn 4 that they had in the first game. 25 lions. To mirror mid. Second sleeper. Gotta watch out for make disappear here. Removal spell. Okay, we are kind of weak to Shelly here. Might have been wrong, but this at least gets us ahead on mana. I can play Spirited Companion. If they choose to just do the pumps here. Okay. Let's draw a card here. Invasion's pretty good. I think we wait till next turn for that. I'm just gonna do this. It's basically gonna like fog them for a turn. Might be wrong if they go Shieldred here, but I can get this out. I can go Invasion, make a bunch of tokens. I can go Spirited Companion, hold up, make disappear. Need to find an ossification. go here, wedding announcement. I think we just passed the turn here. Make disappear up. They're gonna make Myrex tokens. Might be able to grind here. To go for the throats in the top 13, top 12, kind of annoying. Need an ossification or something. I guess I should prioritize the tokens because they could have graveyard trespassers, so getting fewer creatures in the yard is probably correct. So let's go 4 here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what this Teferi does. Draw 2 cards and discard, you get an emblem, tap any number of untapped creatures, and you do shuffle non-land permanents. I don't know, let's see if this Teferi's good. I don't think this deck plays Gix Command. And I say that in the manner of, I hope this deck doesn't play Gix Command. So they can do 2 pumps here. Myrex is nice. So I'm going to play around Make Disappear here. Just pass the turn back. I can probably just Alpha Strike them. Can also just get the fairy back. Making Myrex token isn't too bad either. Kaido's pretty solid. Ah, they didn't even attack. Just looting. Trying to find Shieldred probably. So I think we get Companion because it forces them into the draw. And then it shuts off their like Kaido's ability too. Another wedding announcement's pretty solid. Yeah, Sleeper's stonewalling us right now. But second announcement's pretty solid. So they can't really draw during their turn with the Kaido, because then I get a card. It could be problematic if they have Shieldred, though. Naturally. See what they do here. With the death touch, it's a bit annoying.
Bet you can't catch us.
So we'll make a Might here. Ossification would be great. How about a land? So for... I do think I want to take Kaido off here. This will give me some card draw. They get to eat 2 things for free. I want to wait till the Architect comes into play, plus this is getting close to flipping. I mean, they're top decking like crazy here. So they could draw a card here. I can flash in this. Now we're going to be in like a weird... Oh my god. Stop drawing lands! I think we're going to take the damage here. They draw a card. I get the card draw here. We're just like obscene amount. It's my clock at 26. Like literally we've drawn nothing but lands and they've drawn nothing but gas. Hey, it's something. So I think we set up alpha next turn. Because our stuff's pretty big here. Because that's 12, 15. Now they're just going to draw cards and gain a bunch of life, and it doesn't matter because... we have so many good cards. So they're getting close that they can just kill me with the Fairy Mastermind activated ability. I think I forgot to make a token. See if this works. So I have to do this because they can activate it, the card draw ability, and make me draw 2 cards. We're pretty much dead anyways. Because we drew nothing, like no gas. Like we needed everything like a turn sooner. A Virtue would have been really good this game, going offense, defense. Honestly, just like Shieldred continues to be such a pain in these games where it's like any game action we take suddenly becomes a loss. So that's 15. So it might have actually been, since I forgot to make the Myrex token, the reason we lose. Like, we're doing okay leading up to it, but of course. Of course, one life. One life. Toski is welcome. Let's go Sunfall. Some Deluge. I think the Masterminds are pretty weak, as is Restoration. Probably want that. I don't think I want Disdainful Stroke. I think we just kind of play more of a control game. Have the Sunfalls, have the Virtues. I think Make Disappear is fine. Invasion's fine. Teferi makes tokens. We have Sunfall. Let's play 2 invasions. The Eternal Wanderer might be decent, but my concern is they're going to bring in cheap counters of their own. So then the problem is their scale's lower, and we don't have as many sweepers in this build. And we also can't keep a hand with anything. Get rid of Ossification, probably. Memory Deluge should be decent in this matchup. Okay, so they have something up. So they have Sleeper. Could be a counter spell. So let's see what they have. Hoi! A lot of gross stuff. A lot of gross stuff. Probably just get rid of a Trespasser here. Save Ossification if they draw a land for Shieldred. Might have been right to hit Shieldred. Yeah, this matchup feels like it should be okay, but like actual removal and like 1-drops that are just good mana sinks, where we just don't have access to that, kind of sucks. I also don't have basics, so I should have considered that. That's certainly something. I think you need more sweepers in the side. the way like mono white wins this matchup is sweepers, because you can't 1-for-1 like graveyard trespassers. Us having one Sunfall in the entire 75 doesn't feel great. Okay, so they're opting to not play anything further. Likely just... Yeah, I think what we do is in the side you need access to like 3 Sunfalls. So that flips Trespasser back. We're just taking the damage this turn. They're playing smartly as well, and the thing is, like, they kept Go for the Throats in, which is usually pretty bad against, like, token decks. Yeah, we're just gonna die. Teferi's not gonna do anything in this matchup. Alright, I think I'm done with Standard.